Welcome to the jungle, everybody. The Red Sea. Red everywhere I see, except the dollar, which is the linchpin. How's everyone doing? Hope you had a good weekend and you're prepared for these kind of markets. They're challenging. I'll start with one example. Last week I said I welcomed a break in the metals to be in a buying opportunity. And Friday we had this huge action in the gold right here. I mean, it was a $50 day trade. Now it looks like we still could go to 1810. And that's why you have to take partial profits in these markets, because if you held everything, you gave a lot of it back today, right? But if you can't make money on a $50 move in gold, I don't think I could help you. So you have to learn to take it. You know, it's not a profit till you take it. And that's why I talk partials all the time. I don't think it's ever been more important. You don't get 2 days in a row together on a lot of these things. So anyway, again, let me repeat myself. I welcome this liquidation break as long as we hold 1780, which is, you know, back here, right, this low. I'm willing to buy weakness in the gold. It's acting much better than the silver as expressed by the gold silver ratio, but this could be a failing rally. So silver again had a great day trade move on Friday after the CPI. You bought that break, and that was the beginning of my buy zone here at 2130. But I believe that 21 is going to be the test this week, so we're only about 30 cents away. So we'll see what happens here at this 21 level into the Fed. Very important that it holds it. Also some significant, the headline today is this, with the Fed about to raise rates by at least another 50 basis points this week. This is what technicians call a key reversal in yen. And it started peaking last night, put a little bit on with long Aussies, and it's coming off. So this is what's called a key reversal. Let's see what we need for a weekly. And I'm going to show you the 10-year, and it's diverging after making new highs up here. So the weekly off number is way down here. But if we ever get down there, if we get down there this week on some, you know, huge move, it comes in at 130.80. So that's 300 pips from here. So there, the yen, I think, is peaking. I don't know if it's going to be the final high because of how much momentum it had, but you know, I'll just go with the form. There was divergence on shorter TFs up here. You can see not exactly ideal, but you know, very glaring compared to the previous two highs being confirmed. This one was not. So here's 130 on your 4-hour. So maybe it is viable. And we could also get a 3. You know, we could maybe, if the, you know, the market doesn't like what the Fed says and it tries to pop again. But look at this, and now look at what's happening in the 10-year. And we're finally getting the new low in the bonds, which is what I've been talking about. Here's TLT. We're finally making new lows here. We're gapping, huge gap under this low. So we'll see how deep this bond break is. It almost feels like, to me, the market everywhere across the board, and you know, I talk about all one market, it's pretty much all one market. Dollar's strong, equities are weak, metals are weak, even crude is weak, dollar is strong. That we're going to have perhaps, with the market looking for 75 BPs, and people have been talking about a full percentage hike by the Fed, that going 50, there'll be some type of relief rally. But here's my look in the S&Ps. Let's address it. So We're not going to confirm on the daily in the S&Ps, and I actually have to go to a weekly to show where this line is coming in. It's around 36 and a half. So I know some people looking for about 740 and that this will complete something. So even the bears are looking for some type of low down here, temporary low, 37.40. My number is lower than that, 640. And that we may complete this decline in equities. And remember, I said interest rates were going to be the acid test. Let's see which markets hold up and do not make new lows into the spike in yields in the bond market as wave 4 turned into wave 5. So what are your strong markets that are holding up during this? I still have to say that it's gold, okay, unless we take out 1780. So if we're getting close to a peak in yields, and here I'll show you the 10-year. There it is. We made new highs. But you see, we're diverging. So this looks like a second drive. And what the end is saying is that we're closer to rates peaking than a continuation move. If there was no possible sign for even a correction in the end, I wouldn't be saying this, and I'd say, yeah, we're just gonna 10 years going to 3.5 in a heartbeat, and it could happen. But I'm thinking the yen and even the dollar, something to consider here. Okay, so the dollar's only 20 points away from making a new high. So where's the strength? What's holding up well against this move to new highs? And you can't say it's cable because cable's pressing the lows, right? Euro's still 100 pips off the low. In fact, it's, trading at 78.6 here. The strength to me is the Aussie, because look how much above the lows it is. Unless we're just going to spike and get that final low to 67 or so, it's still the strength against the dollar as the Canadian is, even though the Canadian's up. We've had a pretty good rally in Canada. Dixie's making a new high. Canada is not. Dixie's making a new high. Aussie's not making a new low. So the preferred longs to play the dollar coming off right now, I'd say would be the yen, and looking to buy Aussie for a potential right shoulder to develop here, left shoulder, right shoulder, and I'm pretty sure this is about 61.8 back. And let's see what happens with gold and silver. Gold at 1810, looks like it's going to try it now. And if you do any more buying here at 1810 this week, you got to get out under this low so you know where you're wrong, okay? Don't do anything unless you put a stop in beneath the low of the move. No mental stops, because then you have to trust yourself to have the emotional discipline to just get out. And I know a lot of people could do it. I also know a lot of people that can't and will begin to rationalize it. So put the hard stop in there if you go for the gold. And, I just don't see any reason to, want to buy this yet, except for we're going to have divergence. And actually, I think the NASDAQ even has more divergence. So I've heard 14, 11, 5, we are diverging here. I think there's going to be a pretty good buy here. I think between now and the 21st of June into I think a lot of these things I'm talking about may take until the end of spring and the beginning of summer. So, if you're short, congratulations. under 41 was a signal. And under 41, I thought maybe we would get a fib retrace, but what a meltdown. Anyway, you do have some divergences developing here, and watch out for a sell the rumor, buy the fact in when the Fed comes out. If they go only a half, because the market's acting like they're going to price in a lot more. That's why gold and silver are getting hammered. Copper, same thing. Copper, but still, holding up better than silver, right? Well, I don't know. Gold holding up better than gold today. Oil, I still think is in a topping mode since we last talked. Maybe it tries 25. No one can come up with a reason for crude to break. And even if Biden goes to Saudi Arabia, I'm not sure if that'll do it. So I'm not sure what fundamental. People aren't going to stop driving after being pretty much isolated for 2 years. They're going to pay whatever the price is to go and have some fun. And nothing wrong with that because money comes and goes, time is gone forever. So take that vacation. So it costs you more this year. The vacation's worth more than the price increase if you can do it. So basically, see a red. My preferred strategy is to look to buy Aussie. I want to see what the euro is going to do. I did see, if you go back to my video last week when we were trading up here, that I thought we'd see the 105 handle. I didn't expect it to be this deep, but all these charts look the same, don't they? If you covered up the title in the euro, couldn't you say, wow, that looks a lot like this, right? So again, the concept of all one market, so, and they're unrelated, right? You're talking about, S&Ps and the dollar and, silver, nice bounce, same pattern, all one market. And I thought we were going to start to have some differentiation on Friday because everything was, doing what it's doing today, but gold was up $25. So I think between now and the solstice, I'm going to be accumulating the miners. Let's see how hard they're getting hit before I say goodbye today. Okay, this is a uranium issue I watch. That's going to new lows. Okay, here's GDX. Still holding Friday's low. Maybe it's going to probe it again. I'd buy it at $5. This is a takeover deal with Goldfield. I forgot what the price is, but I don't think either shareholders like it. Newmont reverse. Look at that. See, there's a huge reversal in Newmont. So we'll see if that low holds. Here's another one. Okay. So we're going to see if we're going to test out the lows of these shares, but they look better even though they're down today than a lot of other things. Let's see, silver getting hammered. This is a new low. It's not a new low. So now we will get this fib retracement in some of the silver shares. 1020 on the juniors. I'd look at it this week. This one's getting hit pretty hard. Maybe, back down here, 330. This one's been acting the best, Fortuna. Look, it looks great, even though silver's on the verge of taking out the lows. I'm backing up the truck on this one at 61.8. So I like its relative strength. Looks better than most of the golds even. So, price action speaks. If something holds up better than other things, that's your relative strength, and you buy the leaders. You don't want to buy the weak sister that will underperform the move of the underlying commodity and mining shares. You try and seek out, that's why you screen the relative strength and weaknesses, so you know what you should be shorting and you know what you should be buying. So looking forward to having a good week. It's going to be a another pivotal week with the Fed, but I think a lot of things are starting to become climactic. Gann talks about the change of seasons can also bring in a change or reversal in markets. So, we're going to be watching. It's a week from Tuesday will be the solstice. I've seen a lot of things turn on change of seasons. So something I pay attention to. Um, all right, I think it'd be a great idea in these wild markets for you to definitely reduce leverage. If you're not happy with where you're trading, check out TradeView Markets, which is our sponsor. Open a demo and take a look at all the different instruments you can trade. They have the whole band there. And Mike will be with you in an hour and 12 minutes. It'll be interesting to see what Mike's doing on a day like this. Highly respect his work. And, I remember him saying Friday, anything that you're going to buy today, don't think that you're going to, get out of it today. You have to want to own it. So, they're long-term buys that, expecting even better levels to buy more. So I'll be tuned in and I hope you are. Encourage you to join us at www.tradegatehub.com. Subscribe to our channel. We'll let you know if we have any special events going and who our guests will be for our interviews and the whole schedule. And wish you guys a good week. I'll be back with you on Wednesday, and I look forward to batting and bantering the ball around with Mike tomorrow for our Tuesday macro show. So remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. It's okay to do nothing. Remember that. And you can always just wait for the dust to settle. And, that way, you're not afraid of missing anything and things do calm down. Things will calm down after the Fed and it'll be more about data. But it's going to be a wild summer. I don't know if you could take a vacation this summer. I think it's not going to be dull. So everyone wanted more volatility. That was what people were complaining about the last few years. Well, here we are. So learn how to trade. Take your time. Don't trade real money if you're just starting out. If you're looking for help, come into TradeGATEHub.com. We're happy to serve. Adios. Have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow.